Hello guys, how are we all doing? Welcome back to yet another video, folks. Today we are welcome back to my channel for K Days and K Diaries here. Today we are predicting the Premier League darts in week 9. But the tonight's roadshow head to the German capital of Berlin. So much to look forward to, folks. Let's just rewind from last week. Luke Littler just demolished Luke Humphries 6-1 in Newcastle. Newcastle, 6-1, and then certainly deserve his fortnightly win. Right, let's get this show underway. Kicking off with Nathan Aspinall against the Bullet Stephen Bunting. The Bullet Stephen Bunting. Come on. Right, Nate, still without a point to his name, Stephen Bunting takes on the Dartitis effect Nathan Aspinall in his first of the Premier League quarterfinals in Berlin. Nathan Aspinall is grinding away for his points at the moment, but is somehow managing to overcome Dartitis to stay in the hunt for the playoff places. But the Asp sit 2 points off the top 4 at the moment, and he could break into the playoff positions with a decent run in Berlin. Stockport thrower didn't make much of an impression of two Players' Championship events earlier this week, but his big stage is certainly there at the moment. But the nightmare continues for Stephen Bunting, though, but who was on at the end of a 6-0 drubbing at the hands of Luke Littler last week. Once again, the Bullet scored well, but flattered at the doubles. But it is clear that he's just trying too hard right now, but not letting his darts flow at crucial moments. But Stephen Bunting needs to relax tonight. Off the stage, Bunting has continued to perform at the higher level and posted several eye-catching averages on his way to the quarterfinals of Players' Championship 10 on Tuesday. Sooner or later, you feel that Aspinall's struggles with Dartitis will start to affect his results, with Bunting continuing to score well despite his lack of results in the Premier League. We are backing the former world champion to finally get off the mark in Berlin. I'm going for Bunting to win 6-5. So if you are new to the channel, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. Second matchup, Voltage Rob Cross against Luke Humphries. Right, let's do this then. Come on. Oh, God. Come on. Nathan Aspinall against Voltage Rob Cross. Two former world champions take to the hockey in Berlin as Luke Humphries faces Rob Cross at the quarterfinal stage. But after a run of 3 consecutive quarterfinal defeats in the Premier League, Luke Humphries stopped the rot last week by making the final in Newcastle, where he lost to Luke Littler for the 3rd time in this year's competition. The world number 1 is still comfortably in 2nd place in the table, though, but he's surely to be shooing for one of those playoff places. Losing to Littler has also been a problem for Rob Cross, with Voltage having scrumped to a world champion in the semis of each of their last 3 Premier League nights. He has shown excellent consistency in collecting points, though, but boasts the joint best quarter-final record among all the 8 participants. Cross did not perform well in 2 of Players' Championship events this week, though, but bowing out in the second round of both occasions. But he is likely to come out short against Luke Humphries here. But I'm going to go for Humphries to win 6-4. Let's smash up, 10,000 likes and 26 subscribers. At the moment, I've got 19 subscribers on YouTube. Right. Table topper Luke Littler has been irresistible form in the Premier League recently, but now he takes the Berlin stage against Chris Dobey on night 9. Chris Dobey has found it tough going in the Premier League, but he would need a remarkable he will need a remarkable turnaround in results if he is to challenge for the top 4 places. Sitting on 5 points, currently world number 9 did at least push Luke Littler close in their only previous Premier League meeting this year, losing 6-5 on night 5 in Brighton. Dobey played some fairly competitive darts in the 2 Players Championship events this week, although didn't reach the latter stages in either. By his own high standards, Littler also underperformed in those 2 floor events, with a round of 32 exit on Monday, losing out to Ian White, before losing in the quarter-finals on Tuesday, lost out to Scott Williams. However, his Premier League form has been exemplary, having reached the final in the last 5 nights, winning 3 of those. Littler is the heavy favourite here, and he's in that kind of form with a few legs to spare. I'm going for Littler to beat Chris Dobey 6-3. And the last match of the night, Michael van Gerwen versus Gerwyn Price. Let's just remind you, Premier League darts live on Sky Sports will be on 6 o'clock because it's in Germany, because due to time difference, just like the European Tour tomorrow. But yeah, slight change on the slight change for this week, of course. Tonight, of course. Yeah. How quickly things changed. Right. The final quarter-final of the evening in Berlin puts Michael van Gerwen against Gerwyn Price. Last week saw Michael van Gerwen lose at the quarter-final stage for the only 2nd time in this year's Premier League. The Dutchman losing 6-5 to Nathan Aspinall in Newcastle ahead of night 9 in Berlin. 7-time champion sits 3rd in the table, but he has a host of players' breath breathing down to his neck. He'll be keen to put some distance between himself and chasing back. Didn't play at the Players' Championship, of course, because due to his son Mike, his 5th birthday, of course. Happy birthday to Michael van Gerwen's son. But since going all the way in night 6, Gerwyn Price has lost at the first hurdle in the last 2 Premier League nights. But ahead of Action Berlin, he remains inside the playoff places. The Welshman has been dealing with an ongoing injury issue of late, but he put that one-sided by storming to the Players' Championship 9 title on Monday, notably averaging 114.36 in the semi-final victory over Brendan Dolan. Then he beat Ian White in the final to claim a Players' Championship 9. Van Gerwen and Price have shared their 2 meetings in the Premier League this season. This is easily a match that could go either way. With that in mind, consider back over 9.5 legs. But I'm going for Gerwyn Price to beat Van Gerwen 6-4. That's my predictions then for the Premier League night 9 in Berlin for the Premier League of Darts. Leave on your get involved. Leave your comments below, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye. Peace out.